I was going to make a review of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, but ultimately I just rage quit this fucking game because I can't stand the fucking controls. Of all the things they should have changed, they should have updated, was the stupid as fuck abomination controls. And they didn't. It's a shame because I believe there is a lot to like in these games. In this game in particular, in Metal Gear Solid 3, it has so many positive things, but the controls are just that bad that I just can't continue playing this stupid game. I am going to wait till someone makes a mod that changes the whole control scheme because it's fucking dog shit. I am going to add a bit of a disclaimer here. They did in fact change the controls. They more or less only reconfigure them to make them fit in the new hardware, basically, in the new controllers. But the controls are essentially the same. They just move them around, they just move the buttons around. It's basically the same. Now, they are different from the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, because at that point, the PS2 was trying to innovate with pressure buttons, which means the PS2 controller read your inputs differently depending on how much pressure you used on each button press essentially. So Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater used this functionality and it was a piece of shit too. So in fact, people that are going to say the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater controls were better, they are delusional because they are even worse than this. So if you do a quick research, you will find a ton of people complaining about, and there's even a joke on how you will slit the soldier's throat constantly whenever you try to CQC control them. When you were trying to grab them and control them with CQC, if you press the button too harshly, you will slit the soldier throat. And that is a common joke because it's true, the PS2 controls were terrible. So just so you picture how bad they were, it's like trying to fart when you have diarrhea. So imagine that. It's like that, so you can picture how terrible was to use those controls. The game is locked at 60 FPS and it has this issue where whenever you start the game, if you have multiple screens, the game will start in the incorrect screen every single time, and it's a fucking nightmare to make it run on the correct screen. Shift, Windows, and the directional keys don't even work. It will constantly start and move away to the screen that it isn't supposed to be running. So you have to do it on the options, and even then, sometimes it doesn't even work. It's a fucking nightmare. Now, I am having this stupid issue because I have to run the game in full screen. And why do I have to do that? Because otherwise I can't use HDR. And I want to play the game with HDR, because if I have a monitor with HDR capabilities, I want to play the game in HDR. I don't have this issue, but the game doesn't support widescreen. And basically, the problem I have with this game, well, on a positive note, they added a quality of life, which is you can now change camos on the fly with a single button press. But guess what? This is fucking stupid though. You can't use the water camouflage on that menu. For some reason you can change and use every camouflage on the quick menu, but you can't use the water camouflage. You have to go directly to the camouflage menu to change to the water camouflage. I don't know why. I don't fucking know why. It's fucking stupid. I didn't even knew I had a water camouflage because it wasn't showing on the quick menu. It's that fucking stupid. Now, unless there is a hidden button to switch or to toggle or to move or to find more of those camouflages, I didn't see it. So I have to go directly to the camouflage menu and select the stupid camouflage, the stupid water camouflage manually. Now, I am not going to do a proper review because I am not going to finish the game. I just rage quitted the fucking game. Why is that? I hate the controls. It's been years since I have played a Metal Gear Solid game, and now I remember why I don't bother playing these games anymore. My favorite one is the first one, is obviously the first I played. Well, not obviously, because there are some stupid people that for some reason think they can start with the third installment, the fourth installment of not only these games, of every game, of every series. You know those fucking retards, no? That the ones that start watching the sequels and then they come back to the first one. Fucking morons. But well, I am not one of those morons, so I started with the first one and that's my favorite one. So I don't have a lot of issues with the first one. I haven't played the game in a while, a lot of years basically, and I don't remember the first one giving me a lot of issues, even though I was younger. And I think the problem with this game in particular, with Metal Gear Solid 3, is that the game is bloated with fucking actions everywhere. There are these many different actions you can do when you press the buttons in a different manner, in a different way, different combinations. They do different things, and this bloat make the controls clunky. And the first game didn't have this issue because the game was built around a more simple control scheme. It was simpler, but it was better overall. Now, in this game, I just can't stand the fucking controls. They are a fucking abomination beyond belief. People, and myself included, complain about Monster Hunter controls because they are clunky. But here's the thing, in Monster Hunter you can get used to these fucking controls. You can get used to the clunkiness and more or less have an enjoyable time. In this fucking game, I just can't. I just fucking can't. Snake, for some reason, moves slow as fuck. There is no sprint button. You run, you don't even run, you jog. And you jog like a fucking grandma. And that is your fastest speed. Grandma jogging. Holy shit, I just can't even, I can't even believe this shit is actually a thing. You have to press F to climb. You have to press C to crouch or to dive. There is all of this stupid bullshit that you have to press constantly to do different things. As if the fucking character can do it on its own. For example, if you dive into water and you press space to get outside of the water, to get to the surface level, your character will always look to the fucking sky for some reason. He will always do that. It is fucking confusing. If you are facing a boss, for example, and you want to aim at your opponent, you can do that easily because the stupid game, whenever you press space, your character will look to the fucking sky whenever he resurfaces. It's fucking dumb. On top of that, when you're on water, Snake moves even slower. You have to press C to dive. And many times, it isn't even responsive. You have to press like a fucking maniac to make the fucking idiot dive. Fucking piece of shit. They are fucking unresponsive. The stupid controls are unresponsive as fuck. Then why do you have to press space to resurface? Why don't you have to press F? If you're using F to climb, why F is not used to resurface too? Why do you have to add a third fucking button? You fucking morons. Whenever you're hit, whenever a Snake is hit, and whenever he falls, because you can be thrown to the floor when you get hit, and soldiers will constantly try to do this, and guess what happens? You get on the floor and Snake stays there. He stays on the floor on crawling position. Why? Who the fuck knows why? And you know how did you get up from that stupid position? You have to press C twice. You have to press C, the button C, one to be on crouching position, and then C again to be on a standing position. And if you don't do it quick enough, because the controls are unresponsive as fuck, well, you're going to fall to the floor again. The enemy are going to fucking... Basically, the enemy can CC you, can stun lock you, doing that to you. This shit is undefensible. It's garbage. Nobody should be defending this piece of shit controls. Then, the game is also a fucking menu simulator. 2025 and we have a menu simulator. You can't have shortcuts for everything you need, no. Especially not on PC. Because PC players can't have a fucking port that respects them. We can't have that. So we have to act like we are playing on a fucking console with brain dead, limited controls. So we have to press Q and E to open the fucking menus and to scroll on the menus to get the fucking weapons or the items that we need. That was acceptable on the PS1 era. Not here, not in 2025. That's fucking stupidity. And guess what? To even get those items, those weapons on those menus in the Q and the E menu, you have to go to the main menu, to the backpack, and equip those fucking items first. Holy fucking shit. Now, if you're playing keyboard and mouse, prepare yourself, because whenever you want to get into cover behind a wall, holy fucking shit, another fucking disgrace. You can't even do it properly because obviously the fucking controls are made for the analog sticks. So guess what's going to happen? Whenever you move, Snake is going to go out of cover because fuck PC players, right? Fuck them. Now, if that wasn't enough, every time you load this fucking game, you will have to redo everything you did. What do I mean with that? Well, it's this fucking simple. Let's say you were on the middle of the section that you were playing and you equipped some things on your stupid Q and E menus. Let's say you have eaten some food, whatever the fuck. Whenever you load the game, it will load as if it was a fucking checkpoint. It will not load any changes you did after. So let's say you're trapped in a fucking boss fight and you didn't have equipped the items that you needed for that boss fight first, because you made the mistake of not reading a guide to tell you what items you needed to go to face that boss battle. So you don't have the items that you need equipped into your Q and E menus. You have to equip them at the start of the fight. So you do it, and then you get fucking killed because your fucking Snake wasn't fucking diving into the fucking water because he's a fucking dumb fuck and the controls are fucking garbage, and you died. Guess what? You have to reload the game. And guess what? Everything you equipped in the fucking Q and the fucking E menu is fucking gone. You have to do it all over again, these fucking motherfucking retards. Now, you're playing as Snake, as Big Boss, the biggest motherfucker in terms of infiltration. But you know what? This fucking idiot can't fucking jump. He can't jump. You can't fucking jump. This is a fucking joke. This is a joke. 2025 and you have a game that doesn't allow you to jump. And it wouldn't be an issue if you don't need it to fucking jump. But I already found a situation, a case in which I was demanded to jump from a platform to the other, and the other way I could do that is to roll. Are you fucking kidding me? Not even Dark Souls went to these fucking lengths of idiocy in terms of how to jump. Remember in Dark Souls where you had to run first and then you could jump with the with the fucking button on the analog sticks of all the things? That was horrible already. Well, now imagine if instead of that you had to roll to get to the other platform. That sounds like fucking shit, no? Well, this game has that feature. You have to roll to jump, to move from one platform to the other. I can't believe this shit is even praised. Like I said, I understand why people like this game, because there are things that are good in this game, but the fucking controls really ruined the experience, to the point that I don't give a fuck anymore. I am not going to review this piece of shit. I don't want to. I am having a really bad time with these stupid controls, and I am not having fun. And when you're not having fun, it's better to just fucking quit. And this is not something that you can really just out-level, just grind, or something that you can endure. Some people may say, well, you can get used to it. Maybe you can, but I just won't. I just won't. I don't want to. My fucking brain can't comprehend how anybody can even try to get used to this fucking abomination control scheme. I better just wait for someone to mod the game and maybe they have 2 brain cells and make a decent control scheme. Oh, but they already modernized the controls. That's bullshit. That's not true. The only thing that changed is the fucking perspective of the camera. Maybe a few things, but it's not enough. It's not fucking enough. And to top it all, the stealth detection is bugged. Yes, this stealth detection is bugged. I am convinced that the fucking game, that the fucking characters, that the fucking AI cheats. I am convinced the AI cheats. Unfortunately, maybe it doesn't cheat, but I do think the fucking AI cheats. Because the boss fight, I only did 2 boss fights. The one with Ocelot and the second one with the Pain. The second boss fight, I realized that the AI was cheating. I was playing on hard and I was trying to make a run where you only stun the bosses. You don't actually kill them, you just stun them because supposedly they give you some shit if you manage to do that. So in the second boss fight, in the pain fight, I realized that this motherfucker was reading my inputs. Yes, he was reading my inputs. He was moving exactly as I was pressing the shooting button. He was moving exactly at the moment that I pressed it. He was avoiding my shots with input reading. And this game is from Konami, so I have experience with other Konami games. If you have played any of the Yu-Gi-Oh games of Konami, you are familiar already with how those games work. The AI knows what cards you have. The AI pulls cards out of its ass constantly. They magically have this card that help them to counter your strategy all the time. They know what cards you have. The AI on Konami games cheats. They are very well known for implementing cheating to their AI. I mean, more or less all games have to do some sort of cheating, if you want to call it that, but Konami games, in my experience, tend to be overboard. But that isn't really a deal breaker for me, like the stupid controllers. And the stealth detection is another one. It feels like something is going on with the stealth detection in this game. It feels like either the AI is cheating or there is a bug that is making these enemies detect you in situations they shouldn't even detect you. And I have, fortunately, someone already made a video about it and showed one example, and I am going to show this video to you right now.
So I wasn't going to make any videos on this game, but if you're doing a high rank run, this god will completely ruin your game for no reason. He is spotting you through a wall, a fucking guard tower, and like an electrical box, and he sees you from a mile away for no reason. You can hug the back wall and crawl past him, but if the light touches you, he fucking automatically sees you. And there's also another guard around the wall who could also spot you if he's facing the wrong direction. So what I normally do, you can roll at them in Legacy, not Legacy. So this guy's no big deal, whatever, easy peasy. The issue is there's a guard behind this tower all the way over there, and if we call right up against this wall, he just spots you. He spots you, and now he's gonna come all the way over there for whatever fucking reason. That's what he's gonna do. But doing what we just did, we actually bait him to walk all the way the fuck over here, completely out of his area. And if we turn on photo mode real quick, just to show, like, there's this thing, there's that thing, and there's something else over there. But we'll check it out once we get him all the way over here. He's pretty fucking fast too. And there's no fucking telling what he's doing. He's coming right fucking for me. Go fuck yourself. You didn't even see me over here. Go fuck yourself. Oh my god. This fucking dude's an ass. But yeah, if we look here, there's this big ass metal thing, a wall, this fucking wall, and he's seeing me right there from that fucking angle. I understand crawling right here and him seeing me. Yeah, whatever. You got me, buddy. Good job. I can't even get to him in time. But yeah, that's how you get past that guy. That guy's a fucking asshole for no reason.
So as you can see, the stealth detection is bugged, the controllers are a fucking disgrace, so I can't review this game, I won't. So all I am going to say is that this game has to be the worst game I have played in terms of control scheme. I thought that Red Dead Redemption 2 was terrible because of its clunky controls. No, motherfucker. This game, holy shit, it's on a fucking other level. It's on a level that it makes me really fucking mad. So because of that, because of my mental health and my fucking sanity, I have to stop playing stupid game. Of all the things they should have improved was the fucking control. And that price tag Holy shit, I am glad I didn't even pay for this shit. I am so glad I didn't pay 1 cent for this piece of shit abomination controls. If I ever play another Metal Gear game, I am going to make sure they don't use this stupid garbage control scheme in the future, if they even make more games. And in my opinion, Kojima is a fucking hack. He doesn't even know how to do good games. Just look at the fucking controllers of this game. How can anyone say or put that guy on a pedestal when his games have this terrible, this abomination controls? Like I said, I do believe there are good things in this series, in this game specifically. But no, the controls, they are just fucking cancer. There is a reason why that guy is making a Uber Eats simulator instead of making actual games. I don't believe that Hideo Kojima alone was the author of Metal Gear series, and especially not of the good things about the series. I don't think so. And probably the reason why the controls are this sucky is because in reality the games are easy. Like I said, I was playing on hard and I wasn't really having a lot of difficulty. I did the pain boss fight, and the boss fight was simple. It was really simple, it wasn't really hard. But when you are playing against a boss, you are mostly fighting the controllers instead of the boss. And I believe that the reason why the controllers are this trash is because they just don't know how to make the game hard without them. They rely on the clunky control scheme to make the game feel hard. I think that's the truth. I think that ultimately it's the sad truth, that they don't know how to make the game challenging without making the controls a piece of shit. That's it. I don't know if Death Stranding 1 and 2 also have bloated garbage controls, because I don't even want to play any of those games, but I wouldn't be surprised. So with that being said, if I had to give this a score to the game, I would probably give the game, without taking the control scheme in consideration, I would probably give it a 9 or a 10. But this fucking control scheme with this garbage, I can only give it like a fucking 3 or a fucking 4 or a 2, because it's a piece of shit, because these fucking controls make me so fucking mad. I can't believe anyone thinks these controllers are fine. This control scheme is fine. I can't believe it. And if you believe so, you are retarded, you're a fanatic, you have mental disorder, dude, because you are incapable of recognizing that there is an issue with these stupid controls. There is clearly an issue with these controls. It's fucking disgusting. Now, there are some people that have reported that there has been some censorship in the game. I don't know, because I can't know, because I am not going to finish the game. But for what I have seen, I think the game pretty much respects the original. So that's a good thing. And other than the controllers and the few things that I mentioned before, I think the port or the remake or whatever the fuck is decent. And if you wanted like a one-to-one version of the original game with better graphics, you have that with this game. And in my opinion, the original game didn't even need a remake, because the PS2 version, to me at least, it looks pretty good. Sadly, we are on the remake era and we are constantly getting remakes. Some are really bad. That is why it's sad. Not because remakes are inherently bad, but because some of them are fucking terrible. Fortunately, there are good ones, like last year, Romancing Saga 2 Remake is my GOTY of 2024. That was an incredible remake. But then you have shit like Resident Evil 2. Yes, I said Resident Evil 2, you fucking fanatic. Now cry me a fucking river, you fucking pussy. I said Resident Evil 2 because that is a shit remake, or Resident Evil 3. Anyway, like I said, if you wanted a museum or a piece that respects the original material in every aspect, you have it here. I believe so. I don't know if there is censorship or no. I don't believe so, but who knows. All I can say is that of all the things that they could have changed, and they didn't even touch the fucking controls. What a fucking shame.